Marvin, a good night for your academy lads tonight, out against Redhill in the Surrey Senior Cup and getting through.
Yeah, very, very happy. Obviously, having the first team lads in with us was a big help in respects of having some senior players and a bit of experience. And to be fair to Redhill, I thought they were very organised, worked very, very hard, and we had to obviously stick in there at times. And yeah, like I said, couldn't be happier. It's a great development for our boys today in terms of we in the league we play in, we're used to dominating the ball and dictating play. And today was a total different ball game in respect of coming up against players who were physically stronger. And I thought in the first half we were a bit too nice across the whole pitch. Didn't get tight enough. Looked like we were nervous. But as I said, I've got to give them all credit, especially our younger lads, because they stuck at it. Could have crumbled at times, but you know, again, it comes down from a great bit of play on the left, cross, and obviously like we just touched on there, a good finish from Chigs, really, one of his first touches. So very happy, very happy. And
obviously getting the knack of the substitutions, bringing him on and virtually his first touch, and from across by another of the academy lads, Leon Dady as well.
Yeah, so probably with Doz will probably may take a little bit of credit with the change slightly in formation. It did look like Redhill were probably overrunning us a little bit in midfield, and we just sort of sat off a little bit too deep. So we had a little bit of a chat, and me and Ricky did discuss it briefly about going to a 2 up top, but Doz sort of mentioned it as well, and we thought we'd give it a chance and a change. And I think with Leon, him coming in a bit more direct, a bit more paced on the flank, and we've gone up 2 up top, and obviously the personnel when Chigs coming in, he nicks a goal, and that's how it works sometimes in football. Sometimes I think it can be complicated. As I said, it was a simple 1v1. Weren't the greatest cross, if I'm honest. Looking back on it, probably scuffed it, but it was in a good enough area, and Chigs times his run right, and so there's the winning goal.
Good first goal from Alfie Egan. You got the man of the match, one of the senior players, and you said must be a help for the youngsters to have the older players.
Yeah, definitely, especially in the central area of the pitch. I think it's good for us to have that experience. I thought Alf and Josh Taylor in particular second half worked their socks off, and I think obviously Alfie got a couple of good strikes actually off. Obviously one of them being a goal. But yeah, as I said, sometimes you forget about ability, just having that experience of how you get through a game. Them two protecting our centre halves and just giving us that base to play from. And I say couldn't be happy with the group. And ultimately, we said before the game, listen, it's last year for me personally and my staff last year. It was a bit disappointing going out in the first round. And this year, we said the opportunity for our younger lads to go and showcase themselves. And you know, I know for a fact there's a lot more in that changing room to come from these lads. And we set high standards. We train here every day. We know what these boys can do. And what they can't do, and I know there's a lot more to come from them. So for me, I'm delighted for them that they've got another opportunity to go and showcase themselves, whether it's to the gaffer, to the fans, and so on and so forth. So, say ultimately we got what we wanted.
What was the big difference between Redhill and sides you normally come up against in the academy?
Probably organised, a lot more organised. We usually get teams that will, especially with us being top of the table in our league, they generally will press for 10, 15, 20 minutes, and ultimately our fitness shows through, being full-time. Most teams at our level aren't, and obviously Redhill aren't either, but I think they just had that mentality, which is they're going to stick at it, they're going to keep the pitch nice and small. We tried to get down the outside of them, and to be honest, they sort of doubled up on our players, and we couldn't find a way through. And also physically, they didn't really drop off. It was only really in the last sort of 5, 6, 7 minutes when we got that winning goal, they kind of got deflated, and it gave us a little bit more space, but that's the real difference. But I think for me, that's what the development is for these boys. It's for them to go up against that different level and say, I keep going back to saying we're sitting top of the table and we worked hard to get there. But sometimes it can be a bit false when you're winning 6-7-0 on the weekend. And I think this is a good test for them. And again, going to have another test now in the next round. Who against, I don't know. But I'm sure it'll be another first team, and it's a great opportunity for these lads again.
Well done, Marvin.
Thank you. Cheers.
Cheers, Tony.
Top man. Thank you. Cheers, guys.